Well. The fight last night, Usyk stopped Daniel Dubois in the ninth round, which looked like a stiff jab, which made Daniel take a knee, and he didn't beat the referee's count of 10. He did beat the 10, but the referee waved it off. But we didn't think we'd be waking up this morning to the controversy, if you want to call it that, of the low blow. I've seen a lot of divided opinions on this on Instagram and Twitter, and even some boxers having Carl Frampton saying it was a legit blow, and I've seen Liam Smith say it was a low blow, it wasn't a legit blow shot, and boxing writers as well, guys in the media in the boxing world that having divided opinions on this. When it initially happened, my initial thought was that's legit, and when you seen it on the waistline, on the belt line, I was like, that's a legit blow. On the waistlines, is okay in boxing. It's a legit blow. But again, there's the grey area there where a lot of fighters wear their waistband high above their navel. Some fighters wear it below their navel, which is probably, again, the referee checks that in the changing room, like what Liam Smith said. But initially, when I saw that and I seen the replays, I thought it was a legit blow. I thought it was a body shot. And I'm going to play a little bit of, I'm just going to say this, I'm just going to put it out that the guys watching this, you know, when you get hit in the nuts, your initial reaction is to put your hands to your balls. Do you know what I mean? When you get hit in the nuts and you cradle them and you're like, rolling about in pain. Usyk didn't cradle his, this is an observation I'm making, but I know a lot of men, when they get hit in the nuts, they automatically put their hands down towards the nuts and they cradle them and they're rolling about in pain. Usyk didn't do that last night. That might be, again, I'm just saying, it's just an observation, but listen, I don't know where I stand on it now, because I've seen stills, and I'll put them up here, of one frame looking like it was a legit blow, and then there was another frame when you slow it right down which looked low. So again, the referee's looking at it, he's in a position, he's probably saw the punch, or he's looking at that area, and remember, the referee has only got one field of vision on it. He's not got VAR like we've got in football, when he can go back to the tape and all this sort of nonsense. He's only got one field of vision, and he calls it right off the bat. It's in fast moving. There's no slow motion. There's no replays or nothing like that. So he deemed it a low blow, which, again, not Usyk's fault. The referee gave him 5 minutes. Usyk he's a professional. He's been in the game 2 decades now, over 2 decades, or whatever it may be. He took the full 5 minutes, recovered, but that probably made Daniel Dubois second guess himself a little bit. He looked a little bit more hesitant to go to the body. And I said that in my prediction. If you look down at my prediction, the video below this one, I said that. I said that Usyk needs to go to the body, chop him down, and take his legs from him, and then go to work when you get him against the ropes. I predicted that Usyk will get a late stoppage or go to the points, win on points. But like I said, that was the game plan. I think it's well known now, and I've heard sources and stories of Usyk being dropped in sparring to body shots, and he doesn't like the body in a few fights. The Joshua fight, and there was another fight, I can't remember who it was, who threw a right hand to the body, but it came down a little bit and looked like a low blow. Again, it's just what I'm hearing from fighters and sparred Usyk, and he doesn't like the body. But going back to the low blow, do I think it was a low blow? I don't think so. I think it was legit. But then again, I don't know where I stand on it right now, because it's you get one frame and this frame, and it's slow motion, and then you change your mind because you're looking at it from a slow motion perspective, and you're seeing it hit the below the waistline, and then you spin the camera around to the other camera across the ring, and it's a different frame. And I mean, like I say, the referee called it. It is what it is. It happened. But it's going to be a talking point. And it's divided opinion. That's why boxing is a great sport. It's subjective and everything, and that's why it gets everyone talking. Whether it be, was it a low blow or not? Whether it be a close fight from two fighters, and in one fight you get the nod, but you fought this fighter won. Do you know what I mean? Whether or not a fighter quit or not, and we can talk about Daniel Dubois in the 9th round that he went down with the jab. I just think Daniel Dubois' demeanor and his sort of like his personality, maybe not so much his personality, but he is kind of a laid back, like, well, do you know what I mean? I kind of want to see him get fired up a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like a little bit more, a little bit more dog in him. You know, but that's not his personality. He's a nice guy. And I thought he boxed well last night. I honestly thought he done very, very well. I thought, again, I think that that low blow probably took it away from him when he was a little bit gun shy. He'd go at the body in case he'd done it again. I think the referee was a bit soft towards Usyk, and giving him the full 5 minutes. Usyk saying he was ready, and he was like, no, take another minute. And it's like, he said he was ready. But it is what it is, and Usyk won 9th round stoppage. I think he dropped him twice, one in the 7th, I think it was. I can't quite remember. I've not watched the fight back this morning. And then it was a stiff jab right in the eye socket. Maybe that Joyce fight with the eye socket, the eye injury, again has put that little bit of fear in Daniel about getting that injury, and maybe thought that when that jab came over the top, that southpaw jab came over the top, and it was more of a corkscrew jab as well. It wasn't a straight jab. It was more came around like a half hook, half jab type thing, and Daniel went down. You can call him a quitter. I'm not going to call him a quitter, man. I mean, it's heavyweight boxing. None of us know what it's like to get hit by a 16, 17, 18 stone man, even with a jab, with 10-ounce gloves on. But that leaves it now. Usyk's done his part. He's won. I think Hrgovic is mandatory for the IBF. Honestly, he's not willing to step aside Hrgovic, but I mean, money talks, man. I'm sure they can give him some step aside money if this Tyson Fury fight is offered. Tyson Fury's WC belt isn't on the line against Ngannou. Tyson Fury goes out, beats Ngannou in October. He's fighting out in Saudi Arabia. So, and it's talked about trying to get that fight made for next year, maybe January, February next year, Tyson Fury. I think Tyson, looking at that fight last night, should give him the confidence. I think Tyson, for me right now, I didn't think that was vintage. That was the Usyk that we know. I didn't think he was that. I don't know why. It just seemed, I don't know if it was the long layoff, the year out the ring. He's 36 years old, but it didn't look the more fluent Usyk, and Dubois had chances. But I think Tyson, looking at that, will be like, yeah, I've got him now. I mean, he's 6'9", 260 pounds. Usyk's only 220 pounds. Fury can move. He's got lateral movement as well. Do you know what I mean? He's fleet. He's light on his feet for a big man. He's got long arms. He's got long arms. And Tyson goes to the body. Tyson isn't scared to go to the body. And I don't think Usyk can hurt Tyson. I don't think Usyk's got that power. You just look at what Wilder done to Fury with that right hand in the 3rd round, in the 3rd fight, and even the knockdown in the 1st fight. I just don't think Usyk has got the power to hurt Tyson Fury. That being said, I think Tyson, going into this fight as the clear favourite, he should be. And I just think size matters. Every good guy beats a good little guy. But again, it's Oleksandr USYK. He's faced everyone. 300 plus amateur fights, 20 plus pro fights, close to 400 fights in all. He's faced every style, everyone. He's probably faced a Tyson Fury along the line somewhere in the amateurs. Tyson Fury, I think Tyson Fury's a favourite. I honestly do. I just think, I don't think Usyk's got the power to keep Tyson off him. I think Tyson will smother him. He'll be that big guy. He'll take his legs away in the fight. But again, it's a fight we need to see. I think the way boxing's going right now, we've seen Spence Crawford, we've seen Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, we've got Charlo and Canelo coming up. Had great fights this year, even Smith Eubank, and then we've got the rematch with them as well. That was a great fight at the beginning of the year. That kick-started the year with a bang. And I just think the heavyweights need to get it done, man. Because the boxing is the heavyweight boxing is the heavyweight division, and then it filters down. Do you know what I mean? Everybody loves boxing because of the heavyweight division. Heavyweights are household names. You couldn't tell me 5 flyweights, but you can tell me 5 heavyweights if you're a casual boxing fan. I just think heavyweights need to get it done. Joshua against Wilder, Fury against Usyk. Let's go, man. Next year, let's just get this done, man. For boxing, for the fans, for yous. I mean, how much money do you need before actual fighting for legacy and glory comes into it, man? I know it's prize fighting, but you're getting paid ridiculous. You're already multi-millionaires, all right? But how much money do you need? And like I said, I know it's prize fighting. You need to get paid big bucks, man, because you're putting your life on the line. I agree with that. But then legacy and glory and all that needs to come into play as well, man. You need to fight each other and get it on the same way that Hagler, Hearns, Leonard and Duran did it. But I've gone off on a tangent here. Listen, I'm going back to the controversy of the low blow. Let me know, was it a low blow or was it not? Again, I keep changing my mind now. Initially, I would have called that legit. I was watching my TVs over there. That's why I'm pointing over there. Legitimately, last night I was like, that is a clean shot. It should have been ruled a knockdown, but I still think if it was ruled a knockdown, Usyk would have got up. There's no way he would have stayed down with all them fans screaming. Screaming for him, being close to home, Ukrainian Independence Day and whatnot. We've seen it before. Dan Barker, 10-year anniversary of winning his world title. He went down with a body shot and got up and then ended up taking the round to Daniel Gale. So it can be done, but I think again, watching it live, a legitimate shot, but again, looking at all these freeze frames and listening to fighters that have been in that situation before, like a Liam Smith, he knows what he's talking about, and you read what Liam's saying, and you go, okay, I hear what you're saying, but then you see another freeze frame, somebody puts a picture up of a freeze frame from a different camera angle, and it looks a legitimate blow, and it's a talking point. Let me know what you think. Was it a low blow or not? You know what to do. Leave a comment. Let me know.